Hi, I'm Tarra Layne, and you're watching The Red Booth Show.
Hi, welcome to The Red Booth Show. On tonight's episode, I have an amazing singer, Tarra Layne, and she talks about a new TV show that she's in, as well as her new album. So come and join us. So hi, Tarra, how are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm happy to have you on the show today.
I'm so excited to be here.
You have such an amazing voice. It's just so like bluesy and soulful, and it's awesome.
Thank you so much. I have a lot of different influences, definitely.
What would you say would be your main ones?
My main one is definitely the blues and rock and roll. But what's crazy is my biggest influences growing up were like Monica, Brandy, Whitney Houston. So I was like straight up like R&B, like jamming to like my mom's like Michael Jackson records and stuff. But
that's all good stuff. All good stuff.
Oh yeah, totally. But when it comes out as an artist, it's total Southern rock and blues.
What would you say some of your favorite Southern rock like style bands are?
Right now, there are so many great artists coming out right now. I've always been a really big fan of like Jack White and the Black Keys. I really, really love Elle King. Elle King she's bringing like she's that female fronted, just kick ass. I love her. And ZZ Ward, she's super cool. She's kind of merges blues and hip hop in a really cool, neat way. But classically, of course, I've been to like maybe 36 and a half Allman Brothers shows.
Oh, nice. Like, I want to hear about the story behind the half. Like, how did that?
Well, I kind of just like got there and just didn't make it in.
Aww.
Yeah, it was just one of those situations. I was young and getting messed up and I got kicked out. But anyway.
That's rock and roll, ladies.
It's rock and roll.
Rock and roll.
That's true rock and roll right there.
That's right. Okay, so people don't know this maybe about you, but you are your own songwriter, and you have an album that has to come out. Why don't you show it to everybody?
Yes. This is my latest EP. It's called Once You Go Red. And yes, I just released this past year. It is my pride and joy. I'm so proud of it.
It's really, really amazing, you guys. If you love like blues and southern rock and stuff like that, I mean, she is the real deal. You got to check it out.
Thank you. I've always really appreciated the big belty belly singers, and
you have the little handkerchief too, which is like, it's kind of retro in a way. That's kind of cool.
It's like my what are they called?
Your
rabbit's
signature?
foot. It's my signature, but it's also my rabbit's foot. It's my good luck.
Oh, it's got luck going with it, huh?
Definitely.
How does it have luck?
Well, this one actually, it's really interesting. When I lived in Nashville, a friend of mine, a really good friend of mine, was giving away like this huge bag of like vintage clothing. Like she just had the craziest stuff, and I was like, why are you giving this away? Like I just like took the whole bag. I was like, damn, I just like added to my wardrobe.
That sounds like a good friend right there.
I know,
That's
right?
the kind of friend I like to have,
I know. This one actually belonged to, I guess, her uncle, who was touring with Willie Nelson and all kinds of crazy stuff like back in his heyday. And I was like, yes, I gotta rock some Willie.
Okay, now that's the original.
So I've been rocking it. If you see me on stage, if you see me in pictures, I either wear it on my neck, in my hair, on my wrist, on my boot. I wear it. It's just my signature, I guess. Why don't you go red?
That's cool. So you are always performing, and I just have to say, like, what do you think makes it possible for you to be like on stage and really get into it and sing the way you do? Like, you don't have any stage fright.
I don't hold back. Well, at least I try not to. I think, of course, honestly, it's so much easier when you have a very attentive audience. Like, people that are just, like, so excited to see you perform, and like, that are so interested in like you and who you are and what you bring. And I don't know, it's just ever since I was small, I've always just felt so comfortable in front of the microphone with music blaring all around me, and it really is like the one true place I feel alive. I know like everybody, it's like this cliche thing that people talk about, but it's just, as a musician, as a songwriter, as a singer, and just as a person, it's just a feeling that nothing else can top. It's pretty cool.
Wow. I have to say that's really impressive to me, because I have like super bad stage fright when I'm in front of like a huge crowd, and I've tried singing. I love singing. I love writing songs. That's why I think you're so amazing, because you're like the real deal. You make your own music. You sing. You do all of it yourself. It's not auto-tuned, by the way.
I do not believe in auto-tune. So if y'all out there think no, I don't. I sing it and I'm like, we got it. That's good.
Yeah, so. No, and it sounds like it. It sounds like real. It sounds amazing. So anyways.
Thank you. That means so much.
Yeah. I had to drink 3 glasses of wine just to sing in front of a wedding. Which was serious? A bad idea, by the way. Bad idea.
I can't drink and sing.
I was going to say, I learned that you're not supposed to do that.
No, I've made that decision and mistake before, too.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, I've totally got the jitters, and then I think I'm in tune. But not so much.
It's cool that, like, when you're up there, like, if you have, like, a little bit, maybe even, like, a shot of whiskey before you go on.
Of course she would say the whiskey, right?
She's like, real quick, boom, you get up there, and you get up there, like, you do your thing. But if you have one too many, yeah. It for some reason, it does it. It messes with the vocals. It totally does.
It's better if you can do it without, which is amazing, because you obviously are doing that, too. Like, you're able to just do it all natural.
Yeah. It's weird. Like, sometimes I feel like when I'm the most nervous is when I have, like, the best shows. Because you're just, like, screw it. And you just, like, let it all out, You're just talking about everything and this and that. And you just get in. So it's crazy.
What are some of the places you've performed at?
Lord. Well, I'm originally from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So, I had played a lot of different places out there, like local venues, and I did, stints through New York City, things like that. Recorded a lot in the South when I lived in Nashville. I had, like, this crazy thing happen, it was, like, a few years ago. I actually got on Luke Bryan's tour bus for, like, 5 days. I don't really know how it happened. Yeah, I'm, like, groupie extraordinaire, I guess. I don't know. I'm just always there at the right time, which honestly I feel like I'm blessed. Sometimes I'm just like, what's going on? But this is super cool. No, but
tell everybody the band that he's from.
Luke Bryan, he's right now he's a country superstar. But I kind of did like a tour thing with him, and like we had like all kinds of different places. Of course I wasn't performing, but it was super cool to get like that. That was really, like, my true moment where, I think it was probably, like, 4 or 5 years ago, where I was just like, yes, this is how I want to live. Like, I want to be on this bus all the time, And,
that's funny, because a lot of people I hear don't like going on tour, like,
right? If you're going on tour in that type of situation, where, like, you have, like, the bus, and, like, you have food, you're not, like, this starving artist, like,
instead of a van,
I really want a piece of pizza right now, like, that kind of thing, yeah, it's a completely different experience, but, awesome. Well, one of my favorite shows last year, I performed at the Professional Bull Riders Cowboy Spring Break in Las Vegas. And it was seriously one of the most amazing experiences I've had. I was one of the only unsigned acts. And I was asked to sing the national anthem, like on CBS. And the coolest thing is, I'm from Pittsburgh, so it definitely has like a country vibe there, very rural, very down home, and so I grew up around country living, like the whole rodeo thing and everything, but I also lived in the city, so I kind of got, that balance. But the coolest thing is I get up on stage to sing the national anthem, and all of the cowboys circled the stage, like made like this like U and took off their hats. And I'm standing there, and all of a sudden, like, this ring of fire just, like, came around all the cowboys, and I'm standing there like, damn. I'm like, y'all want me to sing for you?
She's turning red right now. Just
I know.
remembering
I just I felt like that. I
were
was
they
like,
all really hot too on top of it?
mean,
Because yeah.
I mean, they're cute.
probably
They're little
should've started-
chaps, you know.
And they can ride a bull,
Thunder from
right?
down
Okay,
under. No, I know.
I don't need to go there.
No, it was a really, really cool experience, and even performing in Vegas in general, it was just like, wow, like, I remember dreaming about this kind of stuff when I was a little girl, and
This is showing in Vegas, by the way. So
Yes.
we can say hi to everybody out in Las Vegas.
What up? Hopefully
Vegas.
I'll see you soon.
That's awesome. So you'll be doing this again? You'll be doing the next one?
Hopefully. I don't know if they're having it again this year, but I hope to definitely continue to work with professional bull riders. They're so cool, and I feel like it's definitely my venue. They seem to really like my music.
Those are like the manly men, dude. I have to say.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, they're just like all standing out back, like with, you know, something in their mouth. I don't even know how they're just
like
always have something in their mouth, and they're just standing there, and I'm like, do you have anything to say? I mean, you don't really gotta talk, but.
Okay, now let's talk about the fact that you have this TV show coming up.
Yes.
This is so exciting.
Yes.
And I know you're not allowed to talk about the whole thing.
Yes.
But it's on a major network.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about...
I was secured on a TV series. I'm not allowed to really speak about with who or on what network or anything like that, but it has some really major, huge rock and roll players involved, and I'm one of the lead roles. It's going to be really exciting. Yeah. And I mean, some of the people that are involved, they're just like, it really is just like out of a dream. I'm like, dang, that's so crazy. Like, just like, yeah, people that I've listened to growing up, and it's really cool.
Can you just say it and I'll beep their names out?
I can't.
Because I want to know. Can you just tell me? I promise I'll beep it out.
No. How about afterwards we'll talk about it?
Oh, man.
No, but yeah, it's going to be really exciting. It's going to be different, and it's a true honor to be able to. It was really crazy how it all came about. It really was just luck, but true honor to be involved.
Now, this one's kind of like a southern rock theme.
No, it's more, it's rock and roll.
Rock and roll.
Yeah. It's the general.
Just rock and roll in general, which
Yeah.
is cool.
Yeah.
How did you come across this project?
Being in LA, like I moved out here 2 years ago, and crazy things have been happening. It's just even just being in this, I'm sure you understand too, like being in this whole atmosphere, you have no idea what you're walking into.
There's artists and people everywhere. That's the way it
Yeah.
is. That's just the way it is here.
And whether it be music or even acting or even just situations like this, like you just walk into them and you're like, cool, yeah, and then all of a sudden you're at these meetings like, is this real life? Like what's this? Is it Davey goes to the dentist? The YouTube video? No, that's how I feel like all the time. It's like, I don't know if I'm dreaming. No, but yeah, I walked into it, and I guess I was just what they were looking for, an up and coming rock artist, and I was like, hell yeah, let's do it.
You are too. And all people need to do is just go and check out your like videos online and your amazing music videos and all of the songs, and they're gonna fall in love with you.
Yes, please go check them out.
Where can they find you?
Well, if you Google my name, Tarra Layne, I feel like I have to say it like that because some people are like, it's Tarra Layne, and I'm like, no, it's Tarra Layne. But if you Google me, my website, tarralayne.com, has like all of my videos, and I'm of course on YouTube, and I'm a very big tweeter, so definitely follow me on Twitter. I love talking to all my fans there.
Nice. Definitely go and check it out, guys. And also, I'll put the link right here. Mm-hmm. So, as someone who writes your own music, I just want to ask you, what is your like process about that? Like, do you have notepads like filled with song lyrics, or do you just like break out a microphone and get on some software program and belt it out, or like how do you do it?
It's really interesting. What's weird is I usually come up with most of my melodies and my lyrics in the car. Like, because being stuck in LA traffic, you have to do something. No, but yeah.
I just have to tell you, it makes so much sense to me. I have so many recordings on my iPhone sitting in traffic. You can hear the cars going by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I probably look like an idiot, but I'm just like, jamming to like myself in the car. But yeah, I come up with lyrics and melodies. Sometimes it just starts with like one idea or one line, or like I'll be talking to a friend or talking to my mom on the phone, and she'll say something. I'm like, I gotta write that down. It'll just start with like an idea, and I like writing about very specific things, not so much like a general melted down idea of love or happiness or a story. It's very, I like writing about very specific things, and I think if when you listen to my record you'll hear that. So yeah, I get the lyrics and the melodies down. I'll usually go home, record them to some kind of recording contraption that I have laying around, and then I'll just call the boys and I'll be like, get your butts over here, let's do this is what I hear. I'll be like humming guitar riffs and all this crazy stuff, but that in the shower, of course, which is so normal.
One of the best places.
Yeah.
And so who's in your band?
Right now I have 2 guitar players, a bass player, and a drummer. My drummer, I named him Bam Bam. His name is Bam Bam. He's from Alabama. And he's a big teddy bear. My bass player is...
Hi, Bam Bam.
Yeah, Bam Bam's cool. My bass player is DJ Huggy. He's a pretty cool producer from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania also. He's worked on some really big records. And, my guitar player, Vincent Cole, is one of the most amazing guitar players I've ever met. And Colin Reed, they're very good friends. They're buddies. So they're like my family. My band has to be my family. Yeah. I've been in bands before where my projects or different people's projects where it was just like, if it doesn't vibe, you just can't.
It doesn't work.
Yeah. You have to be able to joke around with each other, kiss and make up. If you can't do that, it's like, it just ain't gonna work. So.
Well, I'm very happy for you that you found that dynamic with the people around you, and that, you're making such amazing music together.
Thank you.
And I know that you have some songs that you have done for a couple of other people, like Barbie, and tell us about all that stuff.
Yes, I'm extremely excited about this. Mattel, the Mattel brand, was looking for a new voice for their span of shows, and their animated shows, of course. Barbie is one of them, and what girl doesn't want to be Barbie? I mean, I've always been like, yeah, whatever, I hate pink, but come on, when it comes down to it, I'm like, every girl wants to be Barbie. So, they were looking for, like, a newer Stevie Nicks meets pop voice, so they wanted like more of like a rock, a little bit of an edge, and I was called in, and they asked me to start singing some of their songs, and they all went through, and I was so excited because they just dropped the new music video for the new Barbie movie. It's called Spy Squad, and
Spy Squad,
yeah, it's like Charlie's Angels inspired.
Nice.
And they dropped the music video. It got like 1 million views in like 2 weeks. It was crazy.
So you say you want to fight the bad guys. You say you want to give it a go.
And I'm one of the voices.
You singing.
Yeah, I'm one of the voices, singing voices. And then there's some other shows that are coming out that I'm singing on with Mattel, so it's gonna be cool.
Like which ones?
Well, the next Barbie movie, I'm not sure exactly. They didn't pick a title yet, and then some new Monster High movies, like straight to DVD Netflix stuff. So I'll be on Netflix. How cool is that?
That is so cool. You've gotten so much stuff going on. You have a TV show. You have your songs on other TV shows. I mean, it's amazing.
It's a lot of different cool stuff. I feel very, very lucky.
Cool. So what one of these songs from your new album, Once You Go Red, is like your favorite? I know it's hard to pick because there's only 5, and I'm sure you love all of them.
I do. I love all of them. They're like my children.
I know.
You can't be like, I like you more.
That's
well,
true.
you can, but you can't say it out loud. Well, I feel like probably Man at Home. I co-wrote it with a friend of mine who actually used to be in my band. His name's Eric Downs, and we had it written, we were going to record it, and then we completely stopped and like rewrote it. So like we put like a lot of time and effort into this song, and the reason I like it is because I feel like it really relates to a woman's side of being promiscuous, not so much like the way pop does it today, to where it's like so sexually based, but more like how everybody, it's not just the men that are always like wanting to cheat or get tempted. You know, women do too, and this is how, and how you can be like this good girlfriend on the outside, but inside be like, that guy really lights my fire. But I'm not gonna show it.
So, but you have a man. You have a man at home.
Yeah.
Waiting for you.
You have a man at home waiting for you, but there's just this one guy who just knows how to push your buttons.
Oh my
But that's
goodness.
and it's super Latin-y. It's like Carlos Santana Smooth meets like Bust the Windows Out Your Car by like Jasmine Sullivan. So it's like super dancey, and it's super cool.
That's amazing. Mm-hmm. Well, there's so many songs on this album that people need to check out. They're each very different, and I think
They are very different.
I know there was one about, what was it called? The cherry one? What was that one?
Cherry Moonshine?
Yeah, Cherry Moonshine.
Cherry Moonshine is my lead single off of the EP, and it's definitely a little risque. It's it definitely captures me, I feel like, at my, honestly, just me, who I am in general. I have a very southern side. I have a very wild side. People call me a firecracker. So that's just kind of what that, it's like my party animal side. That's kind of what it captures. But
That's pretty cool. I can just imagine in a couple years people are going to be like, oh my god, it's Tarra Layne, and she was on the Red Blues show before she was like super famous. You're already having a huge following though online and stuff, so.
thank you so much. It's such a compliment. I hope.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's what my booth does. Just kidding.
This is mine. It's red, you know.
It totally matches.
It's another Lucky Charm.
Well, do you have any other cool stories or advice that you'd like to give to the audience out there?
Yeah, I have a new project that I'm actually working on. I'm actually working on 2 new EPs, but this next one that I'm working on is a more sentimental side of my music and me. It's gonna be all ballads. It's definitely gonna be more in a pop direction. It's a lot of singer-songwriter-y stuff that I haven't released yet, that I wanted to release to my fans, because of course they hear and see my rock and roll Tara,
The
wild
firecracker,
heart,
yeah.
like, oh, she's so all over the place, like on stage, and just, you know, really loud. And I wanted to take it back to kind of just me as a singer and a writer telling a story. And this next record is actually really, really, really special to me because it's conceptual, but in a way that it's real life, because it's all based on personal experience. The past 6 years of my life, things that have happened in different relationships, moving out to LA, living out here in LA, and working with the people that I've worked with, things that have happened in my career, things that have happened personally. And we're going to be not only releasing the music in chronological order, it's going to be kind of short filmy, with a lot of memoirs in between. So it's more of like a diary entry.
Wow.
So it's going to be very powerful in a very different Tarra Layne way. It's it's a different side of me and my music.
Another layer.
Yeah. Yes. And one of the biggest things that I feel like I had to overcome, even just moving out here and really kind of, I guess, getting back on the horse, so to speak, as taking the next step in my music, was the death of a lover of mine. So
in real life, that's really...
Yeah.
Oh,
so
no.
I had somebody that was very, very special to me pass away, that I lived with in Nashville, that really just kicked me under the bus for a really, really long time. And it was almost like I kept getting up, doing really cool stuff, but it's almost like it kept kicking me back down. And it's a real thing, like trying to get over that kind of thing. So in this way, putting out this record is me opening up the floodgates, so to speak, and just letting it go. So it's like part of me just kind of, here you go. I'm going to move forward into my next firecracker record after that.
That's really cool because I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who've had some kind of loss like that, and then they get to relate. They have to somebody gets to hear your story and gets to relate. So that's very brave of you to go there and share that. Thank you.
It's something that it's actually the first time I've ever really talked about it on something like this, because I don't, it's something that you really don't want people to know, because you don't want people to either like feel bad for you or be like, oh, she's messed up or like whatever, but it is a really weird, really real thing.
That's a pretty normal human experience, unfortunately.
Yeah. And I feel like, artists in general, they just have really normal things that happen to them, and sometimes people don't realize that, So I'm excited for it to come out. I'm excited to like share that part of my life, and honestly, I'm really excited about the songs. They're very beautiful, real, raw songs. So
would you mind singing a little tiny piece of one of them?
Oh, a cappella.
If you
I kind of wanted to be a surprise.
Okay, those ones are a surprise. What about
but they are coming out soon.
What's a really powerful song that you could just sing a couple lines from? It could be any song.
We could do. I could sing. You know what? I love singing. It's a cover song, but I really love singing this. Sometimes I do incorporate it in some of my shows. I love Patsy Cline. She's one of my greatest inspirations.
Okay, she's amazing.
She's legendary, and I like performing. Sometimes at the end of my shows is like a treat. I'll perform an acapella version of a Patsy song.
Okay.
You want to do that?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay.
That's great. Okay.
Crazy. I'm crazy for feeling so lonely. I'm crazy for feeling so blue. I know you'd love me as long as you wanted, and then someday you'd leave me for somebody new.
I love that song. I love
Patsy. She's great.
Your voice is so amazing.
Thank you.
Yes, I'm really excited for people to find out about you and find out more about you and follow you. So thanks again for coming on the show. And, we'll have to have you back again after your big TV show comes out.